I always say when it comes to freebies, you shouldn't have to try too hard to give something away for free. So for me, this is a very short and sharp ad copy. It's about ad copy that identifies the problem for the person, that speaks in that way where the pain points and the pleasure points are there. You know, those ads that you see and you're like, oh my God, that is me. Yes, give me that thing. You know, that's what we want. We want them to self-identify. Stop and don't spend another single cent on advertising until you listen to this. I'm Marianne Amies. This is Ready, Set, Paid Ads, digital marketing for paid ad success. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. Today, we're diving deeper into paid ads funnels, and I'm going to give you 3 ready to roll out paid ad funnels formulas. It's a bit of a mouthful. Now, if you're sitting here asking what is a funnel, I want you to go back, because this is the second in a 2-part series, and listen to part 1, which was all about the basics of funnels and really the 101 on what funnels are, how we use them in paid ads, and what they do to move somebody from interested into ready to go and converted. So back to that, it's all about the upside down triangle, moving the highest volume of people down to the most aligned and ready to convert and do a sale with us. So today we're going to dive into the 3 paid ads funnels for you. We're going to unpack a lead magnet funnel. We're going to unpack an e-com product launch funnel and also a low ticket, what we call a self-liquidating offer funnel. So 3 funnels that cover professional services, coaching, e-com. So no matter what your business type is, I'm confident that one of these funnels or a hybrid of these funnels is going to be able to be rolled out and you to kind of set up your first ever funnel campaign and test that through your paid ads and really start to see what results that can drive in your business. So let's dive into the lead magnet funnel. So this is something that's perfect for coaches, perfect for service providers, digital product sellers. Our goal in this funnel is really to build our email list and nurture leads. So it's really about funneling people from almost top of funnel to middle of funnel. There is kind of bottom of funnel that you then work on through your nurture and those sorts of things. But from an ads perspective, we're really honing in on our top and middle of funnel. Lead magnets, I suppose I should start by breaking down what a lead magnet is if you don't know. So a lead magnet is basically a give to get. So what can you give a potential person that is in your top of funnel, aware of you, interested, to help engage them and to really capture that email address? And the reason we want to capture that email address is then we can nurture them in other ways outside of paid ads, and we can have a longer relationship with them on that journey to conversion. So in 2025, when we think about lead magnets, I think we definitely see the consumer is more savvy to lead magnets than ever before. I think 5 years ago, maybe even a little bit more, we gave over our email without anticipating that we were undertaking a marketing activity. We really saw a freebie available and we would give over our email to receive that freebie. I think now the consumer understands that when they give over their email to receive that freebie, there is going to be some marketing, some nurturing. There's going to be some activity that happens after that. They are actually consenting to a longer conversation together between business and consumer. So the best lead magnets I think that we're seeing around now do add more value. And I think we have to think in the age of AI and ChatGPT, that research and consolidation piece is easier than ever before. So what is a lead magnet that I can't easily generate for myself? So the hooks and I think those sorts of things are now quite easy to create at scale ourselves. So we need to think a bit bigger picture. So lead magnets that are going to work, say in my marketing industry, is going to be things like a free mini course, so a video series where someone can watch 3 or 4 little videos and get some top line, or it might be a sample of a bigger course that you have It might be a 7-day trial of your content. If you're selling digital products, it might be the small introductory piece of that, or the audit or checklist behind it that, is going to set up their need for the greater product you're trying to sell. And I think that's what's really important to think about with your lead magnet as well. What are you leading to? Are you leading to a coaching program? Are you leading to a digital download? Are you leading to a workshop and training or a service? So whatever your end goal is that you want to convert, making sure your lead magnet is a taster, a sample, is going to really build their trust, build your credibility so that they taste the sample of this and then they want it all. An amazing person I've had on the podcast before, Corinda Gosling, does a lot of work in digital download. And one of the amazing things she says is we're not trying to cure dehydration. We're just trying to quench their thirst. So when somebody is thirsty and they just need a drink of water, give them the drink of water and then sell them the program of how to never be thirsty again. So if you think of that analogy in your own business, what is the most immediate small problem that you could solve, that they want solved? And a little piece of that information, something they can use straight away, something that they can learn and understand immediately. That is your lead magnet. And then your program, your offer, your service, that is the cure for the problem that they're having, so they never get into that position again. So really, lead magnets are about trading your value up front to warm people up. It's not pushing for that hard sell, but it's that real middle of funnel activity. So how does this funnel look in terms of paid ads and your whole ecosystem? So to successfully run a lead magnet funnel, you're going to need a top of funnel campaign. So you're going to need some sort of campaign, whether that be an awareness campaign or a traffic campaign that builds awareness that you exist. So a traffic campaign could be to blog posts or articles or something on your website that exposes people to more of who you are and what you do. It could be awareness, where you're strategically creating posts organically and then using the awareness objective, say in Meta ads, to get those posts in front of more people, build your following, get people understanding who you are and what you do. And then the lead magnet piece is really going to be a middle of funnel activity. So you're going to want to set up an ad objective of either lead generation or landing page conversion. You're going to need a great landing page with a very simple opt-in. I always say when it comes to freebies, you shouldn't have to try too hard to give something away for free. So for me, this is a very short and sharp ad copy. It's about ad copy that identifies the problem for the person, that speaks in that way where, the pain points and the pleasure points are there. Those ads that you see and you're like, oh my God, that is me. Yes, give me that thing. That's what we want. We want them to self-identify that this freebie is exactly the thing that's going to get me that little A to B transformation that I'm looking for. So it could be an ebook, it could be a mini course, it could be some sort of checklist. And our middle of funnel ad is going to be around very short and sharp copy, great visuals, testing different visuals. Is it a video of you talking about it? Is it a user generated content of people who've downloaded that lead magnet, that freebie, and what it did for them? Is it just some plain stills that have a great picture and a single call out? That's where your creative testing is going to be so important. And then again, the landing page should mirror the exact same pain point conversations that you had in your ad copy. So when I get to that landing page, I'm like, yes, consistency. They told me that I was going to learn the basics of ads in 4 simple videos. I'm on the landing page and it's telling me in 4 simple videos, I'm going to learn the basics of ads. And there's a form right at the top that I can fill in. Then there's a few more proof points, a few more trust indicators, and a final form to do the same thing. The perfect landing page doesn't let someone go anywhere else. We don't want them clicking and browsing. We just want them single-mindedly doing the action that we paid for. And then again, once we convert that, we want a beautiful email nurture sequence to support it and back it up. So that's going to be the email that delivers the said freebie. And then it's going to be the follow-up email that asks how they found it. Maybe an email that then talks about who you are and what you do. And maybe a final email around a bigger offer or a bigger service that they can convert to, testimonials, proof points, what that looks like. And obviously the option that we have here as well is that upsell of our freebie into a low ticket product or into a discovery call. So that's kind of once they've come into that landing page from the ad and they've opted in for the freebie, you might then have a thank you page that says, I know you're going to love this mini course, but I bet you'll have questions. Feel free to book a free 20-minute call here for when you finish the course, or this checklist is going to audit all these things and make sure you have that right for your business. But if you actually want our implementation guide, that's just $19 and you can buy that right now. And again, those sorts of thank you page upsells would be something that you push through your nurture emails as well. So when it comes to our lead magnet funnel, we're going to want our top of funnel awareness campaign and our middle of funnel lead gen or landing page conversion campaign. And it's really important for those campaigns in that middle of funnel that you have your conversion tracking set up. The lead gen form on Meta will automatically track conversions itself. But if you're sending them to a landing page, making sure that you can track that opt-in is going to be what helps you optimize. It's going to be what helps you analyze those creatives and make sure, you're backing the winning creative. It's going to be where you can really scale that campaign based on what you see is working. Let's go now into an e-com funnel. And what I want to talk about is an e-com product launch funnel. And the reason I'm opting for a product launch and not run of business is when you're launching a product or even launching your e-com business, you are talking to a completely cold audience. And I think that is in some ways more challenging because you might not have all the proof. You might not have all the social following to back you up, or the case studies or the testimonials or the product reviews. So we're really working harder to get our product up and running. And we really need to be more full funnel in our approach than, say, a brand where we have great awareness and we're just launching a new season product or a new to market product extension. So I think they need more than just the launch. They need more than just the bottom of funnel sales, turning on the Meta catalog ads. They need that process of taking from someone from the top of that inverted triangle through to the middle and out the bottom. And that's a lot of warming up, reaffirming, remarketing, nurturing, and getting them on that path to conversion. So, what I think is really important here is thinking about pre-launch offer, how we're going to kind of create that buzz before we're ready to go, how we're going to build a community or build a presence so that people are interested enough in us that they want to transact and do business, making it buzzworthy, even if we have a small budget to launch with, how we can maximize that. So let's think about this. I mean, what I'm talking about here when I say e-com is all our product-based brands, whether it's fashion, skincare, lifestyle, how we're going to launch a new business in this space. So our goals are to build anticipation, to build an audience, to capture leads, and then really convert at launch and nurture into repeat buyers. So let's think about our funnel. And as I said, this is a really full funnel approach that's going to be needed. We need to build awareness. We need to get out to those eyeballs. So that's going to look very much like top of funnel campaigns that are like teaser videos. Video awareness is such a low cost ad type that we can really make our budget go far. It might be awareness with Instagram or TikTok profile objectives. So we're sending people to the profile to build followers or to click links to gain interest. We're looking for those low cost activities that are going to get our name, our brand, our vibe in front of our ideal client and start building that conversation, getting really creative with that teaser content, really looking at the hooks, really looking at that organic style. We see so much creative teaser content now, newspapers or swiping on phones or crosswords, or I think it's really important to immerse yourself in your category and even out of category and have a look at how brands are creatively executing that kind of teaser content to make sure your top of funnel awareness campaigns have that ability to feel really organic in the feed and to be really strongly engaged with. Then we're obviously going to have our middle of funnel. And so our middle of funnel this is where we can do things to build up a list of potential buyers before we launch. So how can we take those aware buyers and get them on a list that we can be emailing, that we can be retargeting, that are saying like, I'm ready. When are you launching? We want them so thirsty for what we're about to drop. And we want to be able to come at them, not just from paid ads, but from all angles as well. So we think of our middle of funnel ads, again, they're going to be that lead generation objective or that landing page conversion objective. We want to give them offers that make them want to join the wait list. And again, why would you want to do it? Put yourself in that consumer's shoes. What would get you over the line? Think about your ideal client. Are they price sensitive? Are they power and status? Is that what motivates them? Is it, people and for purpose? What motivates your ideal client? And think about how you can use that to get them on that wait list. So is it that they will get an exclusive discount at launch? Is it that they'll get a VIP colorway at launch, or they'll get to shop a pre-sale that other people won't get to shop? Is there some other status or affiliation that you can offer them as a VIP? We see gyms do an amazing job of this with like foundation memberships. Is there a price they can lock in that only a certain number of people can lock in and will not be the price at which you launch? How can you build that list? How can you get that opt in for early access? So that's what we're thinking about in our middle of funnel. You could also have some retargeting ads in that middle of funnel where, again, those awareness video views that we banked, now let's retarget them with this middle of funnel offer where we're giving them the opportunity to sign up. And again, having that strong landing page. If you're not using the lead gen form, having a really strong landing page, simple. We don't want to overcomplicate this, and a pre-sale or a get on the VIP list, it's almost as simple as the pop-up to sign up to the newsletter and get 10%. We shouldn't need to war and peace to get this. That awareness should have created the buzz, and the tastiness of this offer should be such that they want to give over their email to get on that list. Obviously, in the background, we're going to want to use those emails and continue to build that height over email. So making sure we have an email sequence that's then further educating about this brand or this product and what's great and how long till it drops. And maybe there's some exclusive BTS content about the launch and day one to day now. So how can we keep them really engaged and really motivated for that beautiful bottom of funnel conversion time? So again, in our meta, we're going to look at our bottom of funnel ads, and they're going to be our conversion-based ads. So whether that's catalog sales, whether that is just sales conversion objective, thinking about how we retarget the people that have already engaged with us, how we build on our organic audiences, remarket to people that are following us on social media, who have been on our website, who've previously opted in, and use our bottom of funnel campaigns to ask for the sale, to launch. So our go live time, our fantastic offer, having a sales page, again, that even if you're launching quite a broad range, you might want a sales page that really focuses in on what you see as the top 5 products. You might individually focus on some different products and run ads specifically about them. If you're only launching 1 or 2 products, you might have campaigns about each product individually, and then you might have a campaign on the business as a whole with those 2 products wrapped into it. And this is going to be all your yeah, we're creative again. I mean, at every stage of the funnel, creative is now one of the biggest drivers of impact. But what is your launch creative going to be? Is it a story from the founder? How much can you put yourself in that brand? Is it some early adopter customer reviews and some employee generated content or user generated content? Is there a post-purchase flow that can go out as well that thanks the person for purchasing? Maybe it's a personal message from the founder saying the impact of you supporting my small business as it launches. Is it upselling and cross-selling to expose more of the range to them if they've bought just one thing? So thinking about how that's going to work, getting your abandoned cart flows in place, getting your abandoned product browse. This is all your launch funnel. It's all those touch points outside of just your paid ads campaign. Again, it's how your website, your email, your organic presence is all going to wrap around and support that. And lastly, I want to talk to you about the low ticket self-liquidating offer funnel. Again, what a mouthful. This is perfect for creators, educators, people with digital products. So what makes a good SLO, or what is an SLO? A self-liquidating offer is where the revenue you generate can very quickly cover the ad costs. So you want to design digital products that are at a very attractive price point, that are jam-packed with value, and can very, very quickly reach an audience that will convert, so that if you're spending $1,000 on ads, you're driving $3,000 of revenue and above and above and above. So that's really about scalability. Once you can get that to a 3 times or 4 times or 5 times return, you just have to add more ad spend and you will bank profit. The best thing about low ticket items is that you're creating them once. You're putting all that value and thought and strategy into that product, and then it is really just generating that passive income for you. Again, what makes a great low ticket offer is a lot of value, is bringing your unique thought process, approach, framework, and breaking that out into templates, documents, guides, videos. Think about, it could be like a mini course with more value. It could be a template pack, a done for you pack that any type of business or in a specific niche can pick it up and replicate it within their business. Again, I think you really need to come back to that AI and ChatGPT lens and think, how am I making something that someone can't easily make themselves? And that comes down to your expertise, your unique grasp of the market, your unique grasp of the ideal client, and having enough, I'm going to say, complexity in the offer that you're bringing together so many different things at such a hot price point where I go, well, look, for $19 to get those 10 templates and those 5 templates and this checklist and these 3 videos, yeah, I could probably do that myself, but it's going to take me hours. $19 is pretty hot. I'm going to go for it. So that's the kind of urgency and immediacy that we want the market to feel. So when we think about our funnel for a self-liquidating offer, it really is almost top and bottom. You can add middle, and middle would be going back to that lead magnet that I spoke about earlier and popping that in your middle. But otherwise, your top is, again, like when we talked about the lead magnet, it's your awareness, getting people to understand you exist, start to form opinions of you, start to see you as an authority. I think it's really establishing yourself as a voice of authority in your industry, someone that has the runs on the board and whose content is worthy. And then again, you could take that straight to a bottom of funnel. Because the price is so low, the ideal low ticket offer sits between maybe $7 and $47. So it's a bit of almost like I've got nothing to lose. It's a price point where it's like, well, if I get this and it's not everything I've ever dreamed of, that's okay. I haven't spent that much money on it. So we don't have to maybe take them through as many stages to convert as a $10,000 coaching offer is going to need a full funnel approach. But, you can definitely do top of funnel around awareness and building authority, middle funnel around freebies and that lead generation section, and then come back to your bottom of funnel with conversion-based campaigns. So highlighting that problem, giving that low ticket offer, making it irresistible. Again, I feel like ad copy here probably needs to just be a bit longer than a freebie. Or I think it's great when you've got a really strong opening paragraph, when you have bulleted points of what it is and maybe what it isn't, or who it's for and who it isn't for, and then a couple of proof points and that call to action. We want a sales page again that probably breaks down a bit more than a freebie. So we want that opportunity to buy straight away. But then I would say we want to step into some testimonials, step into why it's great, maybe some visuals that unpacks what's included, what you get, and then what you can do with it. What is the outcome? What is the transformation? This low ticket offer is going to take you from state A to state B, and here's how it's going to do it. Obviously, behind this, you could also have your email sequence. So that's really if your low ticket offer sits behind, again, a higher price service. So you might have a done for you service or a done with you service, and this low ticket offer is the taster of that. So deciding whether that's in an email sequence that's going to nurture them along to there, or if it's an order bump kind of scenario where once they've bought this on the landing page, you go into a one-time boost. Or do you want to add on some one-on-one mentoring? Or do you want to add on this great course that I have over 3 months, or this membership program where we actually deep dive into this low ticket offer and work through it step by step? So just having to think of how that works. But when it comes to a low ticket offer, as I said, you can get away with, I believe, a top and bottom funnel. At least start there and see how you go. And then if you're not getting that bottom of funnel volume, think about adding a middle of funnel, a taster, a tester, something to whet their appetite, something to build enough trust. But a really good SLO should be so irresistibly priced and so packed with value that you don't need something free to get it across the line. And the good thing is you can very quickly analyze if you've got the right offer, because if they're not self-liquidating quick enough, if you're spending more than you're making, then you can go back and problem solve what's wrong. Is it that it's the offer? Is it that it's the price point? Is it that it's the marketing? The ads aren't right, the creative's not right, or the copy's not right. So you can start to test little bits and pieces to try and get yourself there as well. So look, that's 3 funnels, I think, for 3 very different types of business. Obviously, there is opportunity to work some of those in together as well and cross over between those funnels. But I hope that for the majority of you, that sparks an idea of something that you can try and really test your first marketing funnel approach to running paid ads and to marketing your business. I hope you've got a lot out of this 2-part series. And as I said, if you haven't listened to number 1 on what a funnel is, I really suggest you go back to part 1 and get that in. But otherwise, I would love to hear your feedback of your testing of funnels, of your designing of funnels. And, you can reach out to me on Instagram and LinkedIn, and I look forward to continuing the conversation there. That's a wrap on another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. If you're looking for done-for-you services, training to upskill you in ads management, or free and paid resources to help you plan and execute better ads, head to wiseupmarketing.com.au. If you've loved this episode, be sure to subscribe for future episodes. And if you know someone that would love this podcast too, go on and share it.